Hello, my name is Alistair, and I'm a professional software developer with more than 15 years experience. So I'm going to do a series of videos covering really basic stuff because, well, we all have to own up to our abilities, and I can do basic stuff. So this is going to be the first video in a series that will dive into Entity Framework Core, like a crash course. I'm going to try to keep all the information short, concise. If you see something that probably could have been done a better way, that is probably because it could have been done a better way, but I didn't. So there we go. So first off, we need to install some packages. This is going to be setting up Entity Framework and only that. We're going to do one migration as well. So we need to get some packages. And we go to our dependencies and say manage NuGet packages. I'm going to try to explain everything as I'm doing it, like you are an idiot. It doesn't mean that I think you're an idiot. Entity Framework Core. Oh, it's there already. Okay, we search again. Fine. So I'm going to get a couple of packages simply because I know I'm going to be needing them later on. And we're just going to go with latest stable. So install. And we accept everything because it's Microsoft, and in Microsoft we trust. So that's the base one, the core. Let's just fold out here so we can see. Yes, so we have that. And the next one I want to get is design. Yes, latest stable. And we accept everything. And we want to get SQL Server. And again, we don't need all this for now, but we will later on. And the last one is tools. And we accept everything. Great. So we have the packages. Ta-da! Lovely jubbly. Cool. Done with that. So I have already set up a local database. It's called LearnEF because, I'm creative like that. And currently it has no tables. So what we need to do now is to create a context. And I like to do the thing where, just in order to have some structure, is that I will create a folder. I will call it repository because I can spell. And then we need to create a context file, context class, I guess, a DB context class. So we're going to create a class, and I'm going to call it demo context. Doesn't really matter. Well, I guess it kind of matters. And we're going to do file scoping because it's nice. So there we go. I need to set that up so that just happens automatically. So we need to inherit DB context. Oh, and we need to add a reference. Great. So this is our context file, and basically this is where we set up our tables, our data sets, and it's also where we can do our onConfigure. So in order to provide a connection string, there's many ways to do this, but I'm just going to do this because it's quick and dirty and nice. We're going to do an protected override void onConfiguring. Yes. So that gives us the option builder. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to say options builder, use SQL Server, and then we're going to supply a connection string due to reasons. No, we need a connection string. And in this case, I can fetch it here. Now, what you normally would do is probably add it to app config. app settings, something, or you might fetch it from Asia or whatever. But for ease of use and readability, I'm just going to slap it in here. So that's good. Now we need to make sure that it's actually, well, that we add the context. So the next thing we need to do is to go into Program. We're going to go and add our lovely DB context. And that's Builder, Services, Add DB context. And in this case, it's going to be demo context. Oh, that's good. And now we're basically ready. So I'm going to set up the first model, and we're going to do a migration. We're going to add a migration, and we're going to update the database. But we're basically done with the setup now. Now we have Entity Framework, so that's really nice and simple. So a new folder, we will call it models, because it will contain more than one. And we're going to do a new item, a class, and let's call it movie, because it has to be something, and I don't want to do a bookstore. That used to be the thing, like everyone did a bookstore. So the class needs some fields. I will go into this in another video, but let's do int ID and title, and let's do an int year. So the year the movie was made. It doesn't really matter. So we go back to our DB context, and here we create our DB set. So yes, our public DB set, and it's going to be a set of our movies. So movie. Let's just resolve this. Adding a reference to our repository model. We're going to call it movies. We're going to do get set. It was actually that easy. I guess we want to. No, I will cover this in a. Actually, let's just give this a default value for now. Eating equals new grid. So we will have a grid being the ID. We will have a string being the title, and int being the year, and we will make sure that it gets a new grid every time we create one. So basically we don't need the setup, doesn't matter. So now we are actually ready to create our first migration. So we go into the package manager. Ah, okay, I was expecting a cursor. And we're going to do add migration, and we're going to give it a lovely name. We call it initial, because it's the first one, and press enter. Now it will build, hopefully, if I didn't mess anything up. It succeeded. Okay, it's just a bit slow. That's lovely. And it will auto-generate the migration class for you. Isn't that just awesome? So you've noticed that now you have a new folder with a snapshot and the migration you created. And right now, absolutely nothing has happened in our database, and that's a mistake. So what we do to apply our migrations is really simple. Just go update database and press enter. And you will see it has now applied the migration. Let's try and refresh. Whoops, now we have two tables. So there's a table for our movies, the movie class we did, and then there's a table called EF migration history. Let's view data of that as well. And as you can see, there is our first migration. So it's literally that easy. And now you are up and running with Entity Framework Core. So I hope you found the information in this video useful or borderline useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more. In our next video, we're going to go into more about creating the data models and also association between them, foreign keys and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about that a lot then. Cool. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.